Okay, correction of your assignment and classwork from last Friday. I'm going to be looking at this question. So A is pointing right, so it needs to go on the right hand side. B is pointing left, it needs to go on the left hand side. And C, the plan always goes underneath the elevation. Okay, and that's important. On Friday, we looked at hidden detail lines, and there are hidden detail lines in this. Okay, I did this question on Friday with you, and it's just this one that is left now. Okay. So I actually have enough space for 2 questions on this page. So I'm keeping it on the right hand side, yes, but I am not putting it all the way to the right hand side of the entire A3 page, simply because it's a lot of wasted space if I put it down or put it out too far. So A is 100 wide. So just, I'm just going to measure that 75 for the elevation, or for the end elevation. That's 75. I'm going to give myself a bit of a gap, and then I'm going to measure that 100 for the elevation. So that 100 looking in direction A is 25, 50 and 25. That's what I need to divide it up into. So I'm going to measure that 25, 50 and 25. Now, with the 25, 50 and 25, we're going to draw vertical lines for those. And as you have done time and time again, these are going to be long lines. You're going to draw them for the plan as well, so you won't make a mistake. Looking at some of the questions, the whole point of orthographic is that you put things in line with each other. Correcting a few of your drawings, some people are just putting them anywhere on the page. These have to be drawn exactly as I'm drawing them. Elevation on top, plan on the bottom, and end view, depending on the direction of the arrow, has to go in a particular direction as well. Okay, so I have the 0 line, 25, 50 and 25 done. The height of this is 75 and it's split up into 25 and 50. So again, you're going to measure 75 in total and split up the 25 and the 50 on top. And draw these lines across your page. Okay, with that done, you should be able to see your elevation now, and you can grab your HB pencil and complete this view. So there's a rectangle in front, but I'm just going to draw all of the lines in that need to be heavy. There's a large rectangle in front, and then there's 2 pillars left and right that you'll see coming into the focus now in a second. Okay, so looking in the direction of A, you see this long rectangle and these 2 pillars. You should see them on the long rectangle and the 2 pillars. I'm now going to do the plan because it's directly underneath. You can see there's 2 squares, 25 by 25, and then there's kind of like an upside down T shape. And as you would have already seen, that you're going to leave a little bit of a gap. Okay, leaving a little bit of a gap. And then you can measure the plan, and the plan has to be 75 as well. And 25 goes first for that little square. Okay. And transfer those lines across. So you should see now my grid in play. I have the 2 little squares and this upside down T shape. I can now grab my heavy HB pencil and start putting in the lines as they need to be in heavy, working from left to right. And then working from top to bottom for the horizontal lines. I'm almost finished. I'm going to be doing the end view now shortly. So there are the 2 little squares, and this is the upside down T shape. That's the plan complete. Now, as you've seen before, you don't need to measure anything twice or anything. All we're going to do now is transfer all of the endpoints up at 45 degrees. So I'm bringing the first corner at 45, I'm bringing the next point at 45 till it touches the ground, and I'm bringing the last point as well at 45 degrees and seeing where the 3 points arrive on the ground. Those points are then drawn up using our set squares. And it's in this view that people had made their mistake. And I'm just going to correct it with you now. As you can see, it's just going to be an L block. Okay. But as you can see, there's a line at the back here that also is there, but you can't see. And that's going to be where my hidden detail line is. So remember, working from left to right with your heavy lines. And then working from top to bottom for the horizontal lines. So I'll do the L block first. I know I'm going to skip a little bit of a line here now. So there's the L block. But on the top of this surface, you can see there's a line there. We need to show it. And that's going to be my hidden detail line. So most people got this correct. What you mightn't have had properly was the hidden detail line. Today we're going to be looking at, obviously, orthographic as well. So we've looked at shapes where you have lines at the back where there's going to be hidden detail. And you're going to have that today as well. But what's different about today's question, and I'm just going to show you an example. Just waiting for this. So the shape that you're going to have today is this one down here to the left hand side. Okay, and you are going to draw out this shape as well. You can see A is pointing right, so A will need to go on the right hand side of the page. B is going to go on the left hand side of the page, and C is going to go down underneath. All the measurements are given. What's different about this question and the other questions that you've done is there's a slope inside here. And you will have hidden detail as well, so it's important to keep an eye on that. So I'm just going to start you into the question. Okay, so we're going to draw our XY line, which is the ground line. And where these measurements are coming from is the 40, 30 and 40 that are on the base here. We're going to draw those lines vertically up. And the heights that we have are, there's a little 20 inside here, a total of 40 and then 30. So it's 70 tall in total, as you can see on the drawing. And you're going to transfer all of these measurements across. Now, on top, you can see there's a measurement of 50 and 60. I also need to put them in. Well, they're doing the vertical lines first. So the 50 is fine. And the 60 I'm also going to measure now in a second. So I've measured over the 50. The 60 I have, yeah, good. And you can see that this slope, all you're doing is joining the corners together. So that's something new that you have seen today. The only thing that's different about this question and the other question you've done is there is a slope in it. Now, we've drawn the slope and elevation. We'll continue on the drawing, okay, to get the entire elevation in. So the front surface there, you can see, is fully finished. You need to transfer all of the points. So every single point, you need to bring them all the way across and all the way down along your page so you can get the correct position for the end view and plan. Okay, so you can see the front surface in there. Leave a little gap like you've always done and bring down every single point from the elevation. Transfer all of your points across. Now, when you're looking down on top here, you can see this 50mm line. So that line there is going to be heavy, as are the two outside lines. But when you're looking down on top of this, that opening is underneath and you can't see it. So these two lines that you have left and right, they're going to be hidden detail lines. Okay, and as you can see, the hidden detail lines are coming in. At this stage, you now know to come back at 45 degrees. Now, they're going to give another little gap to the 45 degrees, and you don't need to worry about that. Okay, it's just showing the colour coding there. Now, they're giving a gap. You don't need to put this gap in. All you need to do is transfer the points at 45 degrees and bring all of your widths across, every single one. Transfer all of your points up. And again, when you look in here, you will see this sloped line and it will appear as a rectangle. When you look in here, again, this object, you can't see it, so it's going to be hidden detail. So this yellow sloped surface, which is here, is just appears as a rectangle. That's the only new thing that you're going to see today. Okay, and there's the color coding. This inside dotted line is this surface that when you look in here, it is there, but you can't see it. Okay, there are another couple of questions to do today. So we've corrected your homework from last week. Okay, and I'm just going to zoom out there for a second. Yeah, we corrected your homework from last week. All we're going to do now is I need you to draw out this question. If you need to pause, rewind and replay the video in order to get the shape, you can. I have this question given to you along with the next couple of questions that you're going to do. You can join me live in class now.